Get out of my house right now, you hear me? Yes.
We disown you. Leave and never come back.
Please don't do this to me.
Ada did not scream when her husband threw her only wrapper into the mud. She just held her stomach. 3 years before
What's
that
a fine
night,
woman like you they sell?
Ada was 22 and selling airtime and recharge cards under
I
a
dey sell
faded umbrella
airtime,
at Deco
handsome.
Junction in Warri. The sun in Delta did not play. It beat down on zinc roofs and keke exhausts and open gutters until the city smelled like hot metal and fried plantain. Ada would fan herself with an old church flyer and count her small profits into a plastic purse. Her goal was simple and stubborn. She wanted a life that did not beg. She wanted a small tailoring shop with her name on it. She wanted children who would never sleep hungry. She wanted a man who would stay. She met Chike on a Tuesday. He stopped his blue keke to buy 100 naira airtime and stayed for 20 minutes because she laughed easily. Chike worked as a casual at an oil servicing yard in Efuru. He had clean nails and a slow smile, and he spoke pidgin with worry sharpness that could turn an insult into song. He was 28 and already tired of sleeping in a single room with 3 cousins. He told Ada she had eyes that made trouble look small. She told him he talked too much for a customer. He came back the next day and the next. Before we continue, if you are new on my channel, please like, subscribe, and comment where you are listening from. Let's continue. Their early days felt like pure water on a hot afternoon. Chike would park his keke and help her pack up when rain threatened. He carried her umbrella and her stool and her carton of recharge cards like they were gold. On Sundays, they sat at the back of Living Faith Church, and Ada would press her shoulder against his arm and feel safe for the first time since her father died. After service, they bought roasted corn at Enahen Junction and walked slowly past shops, planning a future out loud. Chike said he would get a permanent contract. Ada said she would learn to sew properly from Mama Caro, the woman with the old singer machine at the market. They would rent a self-contained first, then a flat. 2 children, God willing. Warri loved them the way the city loves young lovers, with nothing but hope. Market women teased Ada. Bus drivers honked at Chike. Her best friend, Blessing, who braided hair at the same junction, warned her with love. Blessing said Warri men shine at first and then show their real color. Ada laughed and said Chike was different. Blessing said they all say that until the mother-in-law enters the matter. Chike proposed after 8 months with a small ring he bought on credit at main market. He knelt by her umbrella in the rain and the whole junction clapped. Ada cried and said yes because her heart was full and because she was tired of being alone. They did introduction at her uncle's house in Udu. They did a small church blessing. There was no big wedding because there was no big money. Ada wore a second-hand lace gown Blessing borrowed for her. Chike wore a borrowed suit that was too tight at the shoulders. They were happy anyway. They moved into the family compound at Uborikoko, into the room Chike's late father left behind. The compound had 4 rooms facing a corridor, a shared kitchen with blackened pots, and a bathroom where the door never locked. Mama Rose, Chike's mother, ruled that compound like a local government chairman. She was small, with a loud voice and permanent frown. She sold ogogoro and dry fish at the front, and counted every grain of rice that entered her pots. Ifelma, Chike's younger sister, was 20 and sharp-tongued and copied everything her mother did. From the first week, Ada understood the price of love in that house. Mama Rose did not want a wife for her son. She wanted a maid. Ada woke at 5 to sweep, fetch water from the borehole, cook breakfast for everyone, then run to her umbrella at Deco before 8. At night, she came back tired and still washed plates and listened to Mama Rose complain that her son married a girl with no money. Chike said nothing at first. He would squeeze Ada's hand under the table and whisper, "Endure small, we go soon comot." Ada endured because her goal had not changed. She saved every 50 naira, every 100 naira, in a small wooden box under their bed. She paid Mama Caro to teach her to sew Sundays after church. She learned to join seams and fix zips and make simple children's dresses. Mama Caro told her she had good hands and a patient heart. Blessing told her to keep her money where Mama Rose could not find it. Ada listened to both women because they were the only mothers she had left. The first year tested them. Chike lost his casual job when the oil company cut staff. For 3 months, he drove keke morning to night. He came home smelling of fuel and frustration. He started drinking stout with friends at the junction to cool his head. When money was short, Mama Rose blamed Ada. She said Ada's bad luck followed her son. She said Ada's womb was locked because after 1 year there was no child. Ifeoma would laugh and say maybe Ada was doing family planning without telling her husband. The words entered Ada like small pins every day. Chick changed slowly, the way Harmattan changes weather. He stopped squeezing her hand. He started answering his mother instead of defending his wife. When Ada asked when they would leave the compound, he said, with what money? When she showed him the small savings, he borrowed 2,000 naira for fuel and never mentioned it again. Still, Ada prayed and worked and loved him because she remembered the boy who carried her umbrella in the rain. In the second year, Ada missed her period twice. She did not tell anyone because she had been disappointed before. She bought a cheap test kit from a pharmacy at Efurun roundabout and hid in the public toilet at the market. 2 lines showed up faint and then strong. Her hands shook so much she almost dropped the stick inside the pit toilet. She sat on the cold floor and cried silently because joy and fear mixed inside her chest. She wanted to run to Chike immediately, but Blessing held her back. Blessing said, wait, go to clinic first. Make sure worry people talk too much. The next morning, Ada went to a small clinic at Enehen. The nurse was kind and did a scan. The nurse frowned at the screen and then smiled. She said, Madam, you are about 10 weeks gone, and it looks like more than one, maybe twins, maybe 3. We will confirm later when they grow small. Ada's breath stopped. 3 heartbeats flickered on that noisy machine like tiny drums. She pressed her wrapper to her mouth to stop herself from shouting. She paid with the last money in her purse and walked home in the sun, feeling like she was carrying a secret kingdom. She did not tell Chike that day because he came home drunk and angry. His friend Kemi, a girl he knew from secondary school, who now worked as a secretary at the oil servicing company, had gotten him an interview. Mama Rose praised Kemi like she was an angel. Ifeoma invited Kemi to the compound for lunch. Ada watched her husband laugh with another woman in his mother's kitchen and felt something cold settle in her belly. She told herself to be wise. She would wait for the right evening. She would cook his favorite banga soup and fresh starch and tell him gently. For 2 weeks she carried the secret while her body began to change. Her breasts ached. Her waist thickened. She was tired all the time. Mama Rose noticed and started the accusations. She said Ada was eating the house food and getting fat for nothing. She said Ada was probably seeing another man since her son was always out looking for work. Ifeoma added pepper to the soup of gossip. She told neighbors that Ada was always pressing her phone at Deco Junction. Kemi came around more often, bringing news of jobs and smiling at Chike with familiar eyes. Ada told Blessing everything. Blessing held her hands and said you need to tell your husband before his mother tells him a different story. Mama Caro gave her bitter leaf to calm nausea and prayed over her head. Ada bought a new clinic card and kept it folded in her Bible. She counted down to Friday because Chiki had promised to stay home. Friday came. NEPA brought lights for once. Ada cooked carefully. She borrowed money from Blessing to buy fresh catfish and palm nuts. She pounded starch until her arms hurt. She set the food on the small center table in their room and waited, wearing the blue gown Chike liked. He came in at 8, smelling of beer but sober enough. He ate and even smiled. Ada's heart beat like a drum. She knelt beside him the way a respectful wife does. She took his hand and placed it gently on her stomach. She said, Chike, I have good news. God has blessed us. I am pregnant. The clinic says we might be having twins, or even three. The room went still. Chike pulled his hand away like it touched fire. He stared at her stomach and then at her face. He laughed once, a short, ugly sound. He said, which clinic? Which pregnancy? Ada brought out the card with shaking hands. He did not open it. He said, Ada, stop this nonsense. He stood up and his face changed. He said, 5 years ago, after mumps, a doctor at General Hospital told me my sperm count is very low. He said I might never father a child. I never told you because I was ashamed. I was hoping God would do miracle. So tell me, Ada, who gave you this bell? Ada felt the world tilt. She had never heard this before. She tried to speak, but her mouth was dry. She said, Chike, I have not been with any man. It is your child. It is your children. Go to the clinic with me tomorrow. Ask the doctor. Chike threw the plate against the wall. Soup splashed the faded paint. He shouted liar. He shouted ashawo. Mama Rose burst in with Ifelma behind her, drawn by the noise. Chike told them what Ada said. Mama Rose clapped her hands and shouted, my son cannot have children, and this girl wants to bring bastard into my house. Ifelma recorded everything on her phone, laughing. Ada knelt on the floor, soup on her wrapper, tears burning her eyes. She begged. She said, Mama, I swear on my father's grave. She said, Chike, remember how we prayed. She brought the clinic card again. Chike tore it in two. Mama Rose said, pack her things. Tonight, I will not sleep under the same roof with a harlot. Blessing came running when she heard shouting from across the street. She tried to intervene. Mama Rose pushed her. Chike told Blessing to carry her friend and her bastard and leave his house. Kemi stood at the corridor watching, arms folded, saying nothing. It was past 2 in the morning when Chike dragged Ada's Ghana must go bag and threw it outside the gate. The compound, neighbors watched from their windows, but nobody spoke. NEPA had taken lights, and everywhere was dark, except for Mama Rosie's rechargeable lamp. Ada was barefoot. Her blue gown was stained. She held her stomach with both hands, as if she could shield the tiny heartbeats inside from the cruelty outside. Chike opened the gate. He said, carry your pregnancy and go meet the man who gave it to you. If you return here, I will disgrace you for worry to see. Ada tried to hold his shirt. She said, please, for God, do not do this to me. He pushed her shoulder. Not hard, but enough. Enough to send her stumbling into the sand outside. Mama Rose threw her only wrapper after her. It landed in the mud by the gutter. Ifeoma shouted thief of womb. The gate slammed. The iron sound cut the night like a knife. Ada did not scream. She picked up her wrapper from the mud and pressed it to her chest. She picked up her bag. The street was empty and cold. A dog barked far away. She had 20 naira in her bra, no phone, no place to go, and 3 babies growing inside her. She started walking toward Deco Junction because it was the place she knew. The wind blew dust into her eyes. She whispered to the darkness, to the children she could not see, we will leave, we will leave. Behind her, Akeke turned into the street, its headlights bright. It slowed. The passenger door opened slowly. Ada could not see who was inside. The Keke door did not open by itself. A hand reached out. Ada squinted through tears. It was Emeka, Mama Caro's first son. He drove night Keke to pay his mother's rent. He knew Ada from the market. Enter, he said softly. No, be safe for woman, for road this time. Ada climbed in and pulled her muddy wrapper tight. Her stomach felt hard and heavy. Emeka looked at her bare feet in the mirror and said nothing. He drove fast away from Ogborikoko. He took her to Mama Caro's place behind Main Market. It was one room with a curtain dividing the bed from the shop. The old singer machine slept under a cloth. Mama Caro opened the door in her night dress. When she saw Ada, she opened her arms. "My daughter," she whispered. "What did they do to you?" Ada broke then. She did not scream at the gate, but she screamed there, on that cold floor, holding her belly. Blessing arrived 10 minutes later, breathing hard. Emeka had called her. Blessing knelt and held Ada's face. "You are safe now," Blessing said. "You and your children are safe." Mama Caro boiled water and cleaned the mud from Ada's feet. She gave her hot pap. Ada ate small and cried more. She told them everything from the clinic to the torn card to Chike's words about low sperm. Blessing hissed, "That Kemi has been circling your husband. Mama Rose planned this." Mama Caro held Ada's hand. "You will sleep here tonight. Tomorrow we will think." Ada slept on a mat with Blessing beside her. She dreamed of gates slamming. Morning in worry did not wait for pain. By 7, the market was loud. Ada woke to the sound of Mama Caro's machine. She touched her stomach and felt a small flutter. She whispered, "We are still here." Blessing went to Deco Junction to carry Ada's umbrella before Mama Rosie's people could take it. She came back angry. Ifeoma had told the whole junction that Ada was caught with another man. Ifeoma played a video on her phone where Ada knelt begging, while Chike shouted Ashao. Blessing fought Ifeoma right there and nearly broke the phone. Market Union settled the fight. They told Blessing to leave the matter. Blessing came back with Ada's umbrella but without customers. Nobody wanted to buy from the woman who carried another man's triplets. Ada listened and did not cry. She asked Mama Caro for work. "You cannot stand in sun with this bell," Mama Caro said. "Then I will sit and sew," Ada answered. That day she started. She sat on a low stool and joined school uniforms. Her back hurt. Her legs swelled. But her hands were steady. Mama Caro paid her small money at night. Blessing braided hair and brought food. Emeka drove extra hours and bought drugs when Ada had fever. At 4 months, her belly was already big, like 8 months. People stared. Mama Caro took her to Central Hospital. The matron did a scan and hissed. "Madam, you are carrying 3, the woman said. 3 boys. You need rest. You need good food. You need blood tonic. You need money for antenatal." Ada held the picture with 3 small heads. She smiled for the first time since the night at the gate. 3 boys. God had given her 3. But the bill was 12,000 naira. Ada had 1,300. She left the hospital with the picture folded in her Bible. That week, Mama Rose sent boys to main market to say Ada was pregnant for a Hausa man at the trailer park. Some traders believed. Business slowed for Mama Caro too. Ada wanted to disappear. Blessing said no. "We will not run." It was Mrs. Sarinze who changed the road. She was a big Igbo woman who sold lace and Ankara in 3 shops. She had buried her only daughter 2 years before after childbirth. She came to Mama Caro to sew clothes for her church group. She saw Ada hemming baby shirts with a belly ready to burst. "Who is this girl?" she asked. Mama Caro told her small truth. "She is my daughter. Her husband threw her out because she is pregnant." Mrs. Sarinze looked at Ada's neat stitches. She said, "You will mend clothes at the back of my shop. I will pay you every Saturday." She pressed 10,000 naira into Ada's palm for hospital. Ada knelt to thank her. Mrs. Sarinze raised her up. "Do not kneel for money, kneel for God." With that money, Ada registered for antenatal. She started taking tonic. She drank pap with milk when she could. She walked every day until her back locked. In Ogborikoko, life moved without her. Kemi moved into Chike's room 2 weeks after Ada left. Mama Rose cooked big pot of soup to celebrate. Ifeoma posted pictures with caption, "God has removed the devil." Chike got the permanent job at the yard because Kemi's uncle was a supervisor. At night, he drank more. His friends said he was celebrating. Inside his chest, something pinched him. He found Ada's small wooden box under the bed when Kemi was rearranging. Inside was 3,400 naira, tied with rubber band and a paper where Ada had written house rent savings. He sat on the floor and stared. Kemi asked, "What is that?" He said nothing and pushed the box back. He never told his mother that Ada never took any money. By month 7, Ada could not stand long. Her feet were like loaves. One night after sewing late, she felt water run down her legs on Mama Caro's floor. Blessing shouted. Emeka carried her in his keke through potholes to Central Hospital. Nurses demanded 20,000 naira deposit for operation. Ada was crying and breathing hard. Blessing was shouting. Mama Caro was praying. Mrs. Arinze arrived in 20 minutes. She paid 30,000 and told the doctor, "Save the mother first." They took Ada into theater at 2:17 in the morning. The last thing Ada heard was the doctor saying, "We will do CS now, they are early." She woke up in the afternoon to the sound of small cries. A nurse stood over her. "Mama triplets." The nurse smiled tiredly. "You have 3 boys. They are small, but they are fighting. We have taken them to incubator." Ada could not speak. Tears ran into her ears. She whispered, "Let me see them." They did not let her stand until the next day. Emeka and Blessing wheeled her to the glass room. Inside, 3 tiny boys lay under lights. They had the same face, the same small nose, the same frown. Ada pressed her palm to the glass and felt her heart break open with love. "David," she whispered. "Daniel, Donald." She named them after her father, David, and because she wanted them strong. On day 3, Donald stopped breathing. The machine beeped loud. Nurses ran. Ada screamed from her bed and tried to stand, tearing her stitches. Blessing held her. Mama Caro prayed in Urobo, Mrs. Arinze paid for oxygen. Emeka sold his keke battery that evening to add money. After 1 hour, the doctor came out sweating. "He is back," he said. "Your son wants to leave." Ada named that night the night God answered. They stayed in hospital for 23 days. Every day, Ada sat by the glass and talked to her sons. She told them their father did not want them, but God did. She promised them she would never let another man break them. She sang worry lullabies through the glass at night until her voice cracked. Nurses began to call her Mama Strong. Strangers in the ward brought her bread and prayed with her. Ada learned pain could birth a true family where blood had failed. When the hospital asked for father's name, Ada looked at the form for a long time. She wrote, "Father unknown." The clerk looked up. Ada looked back until the woman stamped it. When they finally went home to Mama Caro's single room, life became war. 3 babies cried at different times. There was no money for formula, so Ada breastfed until her chest was sore. She learned to carry one on her back while sewing, with the other 2 sleeping on a mat. Blessing braided hair at night to buy diapers. Mrs. Arins gave Ada an old butterfly machine and said, "Pay me when you can." Mama Carol taught Ada how to cut baby clothes fast. Ada started making ready-to-wear shirts for toddlers and selling them at the market entrance. She called the small table Triple Grace. People laughed at first, then they bought because the stitches were strong and the prices were kind. Mama Rose did not stop. She sent a pastor to Mrs. Arinze's shop to say Ada was living in sin with 3 men, Mrs. Arinze stood up and shouted, "If you come to my shop again to gossip about my daughter, I will push you outside." The pastor left. The landlord tried to increase rent because of noise. Mrs. Arinze paid 1 year in advance and told him, "Leave them alone." Slowly, Ada built a life. She did not buy hair. She did not buy clothes. Every kobo went to food and to the boys. By the time the boys were 1, they could walk and scatter the market. By 2, they could call Mama Carol grandma. By 3, they were identical in a way that made people stop. Same round head, same sharp eyes, same small gap in front teeth, same way of running with arms open. Worry women started saying, Those triplets resemble somebody. Blessing would hiss and carry them away. Ada never talked about Chike. She told the boys their father was in heaven. It was easier than truth. She worked hard. Mrs. Arinze trusted her more. Ada now managed the mending section and trained 2 girls. She saved money in a new wooden box. This time, she hid it at Mrs. Arinze's office. On the boys' 4th birthday, Ada sewed them matching blue shirts with white collars and took them to church for Thanksgiving. The pastor prayed and the congregation clapped. After service, they went to eat ice cream at Efuru. The boys laughed and chased each other around chairs. People turned to watch the 3 identical boys. That same week, a young man came to Triple Grace to sew native wear for his mother's burial. He said his name was Tega. "You sew well," he said. "My sister Kemi used to bring clothes here before she married. Her husband is Chike. He works at my yard. Big man now, supervisor." Ada's hand shook on the tape. She did not look up. Tega continued. "They married 4 years now, but no pikin. Mama Rose is sick, stroke. She dey call one name every night. Ada, Ada. My sister dey vex." Ada finished the measurement and wrote it down slowly. She charged him normal price. When Tega left, Blessing came from behind the curtain where she had been listening. Her eyes were wet. "You hear, Blessing whispered. Ada nodded. She watched her sons outside, sharing one meat pie, each taking small bites so the other would not cry. David, Daniel, Donald, 3 faces that looked exactly like the man who threw her into mud. That night, Mrs. Arinze called Ada into her office and closed the door. "My daughter, I have got a contract to supply uniforms for 10 schools in Asaba. I want you to go and open our branch there. I will rent house for you and the boys. You will manage it. It is time to leave worry. Too many eyes here. Too many painful memories." Ada's heart jumped. Asaba, a new city where nobody knew her as the woman thrown out pregnant, where her boys could go to good school, where she could finally breathe without shame. She said thank you, Ma, and cried. She went home and packed small things into the same Ghana must go bag from 4 years ago. She looked at her sleeping sons, 3 heads on one pillow, breathing together. She whispered, "We will leave." She did not see the shadow standing across the street under the mango tree, watching her window. It was Chike. He had been standing there for 1 hour. Tega had told Kemi about the tailor with triplets at Main Market. Kemi had laughed. Chike had not slept. He followed Tega's description that afternoon and hid behind a wheelbarrow. He saw them, 3 identical boys in blue shirts running around the sewing table. He saw their faces clearly when they turned to laugh. His blood ran cold. It was his own face from his secondary school ID card. Same eyes, same forehead, same gap in teeth he had before dentists fixed his. He gripped the tree to stand. His phone rang. It was Kemi asking, "Where are you?" He did not answer. Inside the room, Ada switched off the light. She did not know her past was standing outside in the dark, about to knock. The knock came soft, like a man afraid of his own hand. Ada froze with her hand on the light switch. Blessing was already at the window, peeping through the small hole in the curtain. She hissed. "Na him," Blessing whispered. "Your ex." Ada's heart beat so loud she thought the boys would wake. She shook her head. "Do not open." The knock came again. Chike's voice was rough. "Ada, please. I know you are inside." I saw them. Emeka stood up from the mat where he had been fixing his keke torch. He opened the door small, blocking the way with his shoulder. "What do you want here by this time?" Chike looked past him into the dark room. He was wearing a clean company polo and fine jeans, but his eyes were red. He smelled of sweat and fear. "I want to see her. Just 2 minutes." Ada stepped into the light. She held the door frame so her hands would not shake. The last time she saw this man, he pushed her into sand. Now he stood under a mango tree like a thief, You have 2 minutes, she said coldly. Chike swallowed. The three boys. Are they mine? Blessing laughed bitterly. After 4 years, you remember to ask. Ada did not blink. You tore my clinic card. You called me a shawo. You threw my wrapper in mud. You told me to go meet the man who gave me bail. So go meet him and ask him. Chike stepped forward. Emeka blocked him. Chike's voice broke. Ada, I saw their faces today. They are my face. 3 of them. God, Ada, what have I done? Ada felt something hot rise in her chest, but she pushed it down. She had cried enough for this man. You did what your mother wanted. You chose Kemi. You chose your pride. Leave my children out of it. Our children, Chike whispered. They have no father, Ada said. On their birth certificate, it says father unknown. That is what you made them. Unknown. Behind her, Donald turned in his sleep and called out, Mommy water. Ada turned instantly, her whole body softening. She went to him, lifted him, gave him water from a cup. Chike watched from the doorway as the boy drank, his small face clear in the rechargeable light. The same forehead, the same sharp chin, the same way he frowned when drinking. Chike covered his mouth to stop a sob. Emeka pushed the door. Time up. Ada did not look back. She whispered to Blessing. Lock the door. Chike stood outside in the dark for a long time after the light went off. He heard the three boys breathing through the thin window. He sat on the ground under the mango tree and cried like a child. Before sunrise, Mrs. Arinze's driver loaded 2 big bags and a butterfly machine into a Sienna bus at Main Market Park. Ada wore a simple black gown and held David's hand. Daniel held Donald. Blessing carried their small cooler of rice. Mama Carol prayed loudly in Orobo and pressed anointing oil on each boy's head. Asaba go favor una, Mama Carol said, tears running down her old cheeks. Emeka hugged Ada briefly. If worry hot, call me. I go drive, come carry una. Ada entered the bus and did not look back at the city that broke her. She looked forward at the road. The boys waved at the market women who had mocked their mother. The bus moved. Asaba was quieter than worry. The air was cleaner. Mrs. Arinze had rented a 2-bedroom flat near Government House with a small shop in front. The sign painter came the first week, Triple Grace Tailoring and Uniforms, Asaba branch. Ada stood and watched him paint and felt hope without fear. She enrolled the boys at Gracefield Nursery and Primary. The head teacher, Mr. Paul, a tall, calm man with glasses, looked at the 3 identical forms and smiled. Triplets. We have never had triplets. They will be stars here. Ada worked hard. She woke at 4 to sew, dropped the boys at 7, opened shop at 8, closed at 6, then cooked and taught homework. Mrs. Arinze sent contracts. Soon Asaba schools knew the woman who never missed a deadline. The boys grew fast. By 5 they could read English and Igbo. By 6 David was best in mathematics, Daniel best in spelling, Donald best in drawing. They were inseparable. They walked to school holding hands, 3 blue uniforms moving like one person. Market women called them the Trinity. Mr. Paul started coming to the shop often. He brought books for the boys. He brought pure water for Ada when NEPA took light. He never asked about their father. One evening, he said softly, Ada, you are raising kings. If you ever need a friend, I am here. Ada smiled and thanked him, but kept a wall up. She had learned that men who are kind at first can change when their mothers speak. In Wari, Chike was drowning. He could not sleep after that night under the mango tree. He saw 3 faces in his dreams. He started drinking at the yard after work. Kemi noticed. She had given Chike a sonless marriage for 4 years and blamed village people. Where do you go at night? She asked one evening, folding her arms. Chike did not answer. He went to Mama Rosie's room. Stroke had taken half her body. She lay on a mat, her mouth twisted. Ifeoma fed her pap. When Mama Rose saw Chike, tears ran from her good eye. She tried to speak. Ah, ah, da. Ifeoma frowned. She's calling Ada. Every night, she calls Ada. Chike knelt and held his mother's cold hand. Mama, why? Mama Rose cried. The sound broke Chike. The next day, Chike went to Central Hospital. He begged the records clerk to find his old file from 5 years ago. The man found it after 2 hours. The doctor that day was old, Dr. Okoro, now retired. Chike tracked him to his house at Airport Road. The old man read the paper with glasses low on his nose. Low sperm count, the doctor said. Not zero, low. With God and good timing, low can become 3. Many men with this result have children. Did you do second tests? Chike shook his head. The world spun. You threw away your wife for ignorance, Dr. Okoro said bluntly. Go and beg her. Chike went home and drank 1 bottle straight. Kemi found him on the floor. He told her everything. The boys, the faces, the doctor. Kemi screamed. You are mad. Those children are not yours. That Ashawo followed you to Asaba to trap you. Chike looked at her and saw her clearly for the first time. How many years have we tried, Kemi? Have you ever gone for tests? Kemi went quiet. Then she shouted, So you will leave me for that market woman and her bastards. Chike packed a small bag that night and moved to his friend's boys' quarters. Ifeoma called him useless. Mama Rose cried more. For 6 months, Chike searched. Blessing refused to talk. Emeka threatened to break his legs. Mrs. Arinze told her staff, If that man comes here, call police. Tega finally whispered, Oga, they are in Asaba. Madam Arinze opened branch there. Chike drove to Asaba 3 times and missed Ada. Once her shop was locked for school sports. Once he sat opposite for 4 hours but could not find courage to cross the road. In Asaba, Ada's piece cracked on a Tuesday. The school called, Come now, your son's fought. She ran to Gracefield. David had a cut lip. Daniel's shirt was torn. Donald was crying silently. Mr. Paul sat with them. They said we have no father, David said, his small fist tight. They said our mommy was thrown out because she carried another man bell. I beat the boy. Ada pulled all 3 into her chest right there in the head teacher's office and wept. She had hidden worry, but worry had followed them in children's mouths. That night, she sat the boys down on their small bed. She told them a simple truth for the first time. Your father is alive. His name is Chike. He lives in Warri. He did not believe I was pregnant with you. He sent me away. I carried you alone because God helped me. You are not bastards. You are my miracle. Donald asked, Will he come? Ada held his hand. I do not know. David said, If he comes, I will not talk to him. Daniel said nothing, but his eyes were wet. That night, Ada could not sleep. She sat on the balcony and watched Asaba lights blink. Mr. Paul had walked her home and said, Children are cruel because they repeat adults. You did nothing wrong. Her chest was tight. Inside, the boys whispered. David said we must protect Mommy. Daniel said if he comes, I will ask why he left us. Donald said I just want to see if he looks like us. Ada covered her mouth to stop crying. The next morning, Blessing called from Warri. Ada, Mama Rose is dying. Stroke has finished her. She asked Emeka to carry her to my shop. She held my hand and cried. She said, Tell Ada I am sorry. I pushed my son to throw you out. Kemi gave me money to lie. Kemi told me you were sleeping around. I believed because I wanted a rich wife for my son. Forgive me. Ada held the phone long. She remembered the wrapper in the mud. She finally said, Tell her I forgive her for my peace, not for her. Blessing added, Kemi has packed out. She confessed to Ifeoma. She did abortion in Polytechnic, and doctor told her womb is scarred. That is why she never took him. She married Chike because she heard the low sperm story and knew he would never know it was her. She paid Mama Rose 500,000 to chase you out. Chike heard everything last week. He beat the wall until his hand bled. Ada dropped the phone. Her legs shook. All these years she carried shame for a lie bought with money. Mrs. Arinze came to Asaba that weekend. She held Ada's hands. My daughter, Chike has been to my office 3 times. He is not drinking again. He is not with Kemi. He goes to church. He is looking for you. I did not give address, but Tega has a big mouth. He will find you soon. What will you do? Ada looked at her sons sharing groundnuts. I do not know, ma. Part of me wants to spit in his face. Part of me wants my sons to know their father is not a ghost. But I am afraid if I open that door, Ware will enter again. Mrs. Arinze nodded. Then decide before he decides for you. Children need truth, not revenge. Mr. Paul noticed Ada was distracted. He waited after school. Ada, he said gently, I have watched you for 2 years. You are the strongest woman I know. If you ever want more than friendship, I am here. I will love those boys like mine. Ada smiled with tears. Thank you, Paul. You are a good man, but my heart is still healing from a war. I cannot give you what you deserve yet. He squeezed her hand and left. That same week, Chike went to Mama Caro's shop. He knelt in dust. Mama, I am sorry. Mama Caro looked at him. She said, Go and meet your children. If Ada drives you away, accept it. You threw a pregnant woman into night. Only God can repair that. Chike fasted 3 days. On the 3rd night, he dreamed of 3 boys calling him daddy and running away. He woke sweating and drove to Asaba at dawn. He bought oranges at the park because his mother once told him you never visit children empty-handed. 2 weeks later, on a hot Saturday, Ada was hemming 10 senior secondary skirts when the shop bell rang. She did not look up. Good afternoon. What can I sew for you? No answer. She looked up. Chike stood in her doorway holding a small plastic bag of oranges. He was thinner. His beard was rough. His eyes went straight past her to the back where the 3 boys sat on a mat doing homework in matching yellow singlets. David saw him first. He stood up slowly. Daniel stood. Donald stood. 3 identical faces stared at the man who gave them his face. Time stopped. The sewing machine hummed alone. Ada stood up slowly, scissors in her hand. Her heart hammered against her ribs. She had prayed for this day and feared it for 6 years. Chicken knelt down on the cement floor of her shop, right there in front of customers outside. His voice shook. My sons, he whispered after 6 long years of pain and silence. I am your father. Forgive me. Nobody moved for a full minute. The customers outside stopped to watch. A woman selling pure water paused with a tray on her head. Inside, the sewing machine ticked as it cooled. David's fists were tight. Daniel's eyes were wet. Donald held his pencil so hard it snapped. Ada did not drop the scissors. She looked at the man on his knees and felt 6 years rush back. The night, the mud, the gate, the hospital glass. The night she boiled water for 3 babies with 1 kettle while her stitches burned. She wanted to scream. She wanted to cry. She did neither. Stand up, she said quietly. You are blocking my shop. Chike stood slowly, his knees dusty. He placed the oranges on her table like an offering. I am not here to fight. I am not here to take them. I am here to beg. David stepped forward, small but fierce. You are the man who threw my mommy out. Chike flinched. Yes. Daniel asked, his voice shaking. Why? Chike looked at the 3 faces that were his own, and tears ran down his beard. Because I was a fool. Because I listened to my mother and to lies. Because a doctor told me my sperm was low, and I believed paper more than the woman who loved me. Because I was proud and afraid. There is no good reason. Donald whispered. Did you want us? Chike knelt to their height. Every day since I saw you, I have wanted you. I did not know you existed. If I had known, I would have carried your mother on my back to the hospital myself. Ada's throat burned. She turned away. Mr. Paul walked past with books for the boys. He saw Ada's shoulders shaking and stopped outside like a brother. Ada turned back, her voice still. You do not get to come here with oranges after 6 years and become father. Do you know Donald almost died on day 3? Do you know David hates okra? Do you know Daniel sleepwalks? Do you know school fees cost? Do you know how many nights I sewed with one hand because the other held a baby with fever? Chike nodded, broken. I do not know. Teach me, punish me, but do not hide them from me. Ada wanted to say no. The old Ada would have chased him with a broom. The new Ada looked at her sons. They were looking at him with curiosity and hurt, and hunger she could not feed alone. She put the scissors down. Listen, you will not call them your sons yet. You will call them by their names. You will sit on that stool and you will not touch them until they say you can. If you raise your voice here, I will call police. If you lie to them, I will end this. Chike sat immediately. Yes, ma. The boy stared. David crossed his arms. Daniel sat back. Donald walked to the table, took one orange, peeled it, shared it into 3 without looking at Chike. They ate in silence. Chike watched and wept. For 1 month, Chike came every Saturday. He left worry at 4 and arrived by 9. He sat on the stool. He brought notebooks, not toys. He learned to thread Ada's machine when she allowed. He never mentioned Kemi. Ada watched. She saw how he flinched when David ignored him. She saw how he taught Daniel to tie a tie for debate. She saw how he carried Donald on his shoulders when his leg hurt, and how Donald laughed for the first time with his father. Mr. Paul told Ada one evening, he is trying not for you, for them. That is the difference. Mama Rose died on a Tuesday in Warri. Ifelma called Chike crying. Mama said she saw Ada in a dream and Ada forgave her. She died smiling. Chike told the boys the next Saturday, your grandmother is dead. She was wrong to me and to your mother, but she was still my mother. Will you pray with me? David hesitated, then nodded. They held hands in the shop, foreheads bowed, while Ada pretended to sew and listened to her son pray for the woman who threw his mother into the night. The DNA test was Ada's idea. She wanted no more stories. They went to Benin. 2 weeks later, the paper came. Probability of paternity 99.9999%. 3 times. Ada folded it and put it in her Bible, where the old clinic card used to be. Chike did not celebrate. That Sunday he went to Living Faith in Asaba and stood before the church with his 3 sons. He confessed everything. He said, I threw away my pregnant wife because of pride and lies. God kept her and gave me 3 miracles. I am here to ask for a second chance. The pastor called Ada forward. Ada walked with shaking hands. She looked at her boys. David nodded. Daniel wiped his eyes. Donald held her wrapper. She spoke clearly. I will not marry you again, Chike. That woman you threw out died that night in the mud. I am a new woman, but these children need their father. If you will walk with us, not in front of us, if you will provide, protect, and respect, then you can be their father. Not my husband, their father. The church clapped. Chike knelt and touched her feet in thanks. Ada did not stop him. Life did not become perfect. Chai got transferred to Asaba with less pay but more time. He rented a small self-contained 2 streets away, not with her, near her. He sent money every month. He came every weekend. Sometimes David said, you left us, and Chike answered, yes, and I will spend my life making it right. Kemi tried once to come to Asaba to shout. Blessing poured a bucket of soapy water from upstairs and told her, wash your mouth before you call my sister thief. Kemi left and never returned. Ifelma came differently. She came with wrapper and oil and knelt. Sister, forgive me. I recorded you that night. I posted it. Ada raised her up. I forgive you. Help me braid the boy's hair for school. Ifeoma cried and stayed 3 days. Blessing later told Ada the full truth. Mama Rose confessed. Kemi had done an abortion in Polytechnic and her womb was scarred. She could not have children. She married Chike because she heard about his low sperm and knew he would blame himself. She paid Mama Rose 500,000 naira to push Ada out quickly. When Chike heard, he beat the wall until his hand bled. Ada listened and felt only tired relief. She told Blessing, I carried shame for a lie, bought with money. Today, I drop it. 1 year after the oranges, Mrs. Arinze handed the Asaba branch to Ada. Papers read CEO Ada Triple Grace Limited. At the opening, Chike clapped hardest from the back. Mr. Paul stood beside Ada as a friend, and later as a partner when she finally said yes to dinner. Not marriage, just dinner. On the boys' 8th birthday, Ada sold them 3 agbadas in deep blue. They had a party in the compound. Mama Carol danced. Emeka brought cake. Blessing made jollof. Chike stood to speak with shaking hands. David, Daniel, Donald, I missed your first steps. I missed your first words. I missed the night your mother fought for your lives alone. I cannot change yesterday, but I promise today I will never throw anyone you love into the night. I will be here for every birthday, every graduation, every heartbreak. I will be your father until God calls me home. The boys ran to him and hugged him at once, 3 hairs on his chest. Ada watched and finally let the tears she held for 8 years fall freely. Later that night, after everyone left, Ada locked her shop and looked at the sign Triple Grace. She thought of Ugborikoko when she had 20 naira and 3 heartbeats inside her. She thought of the wrapper in the mud. She whispered to the quiet shop. We lived. Upstairs, she heard her sons laughing. David telling a story. Daniel correcting him. Donald drawing. From the balcony, Chike was on the phone saying, Yes, I will be there Saturday. I promised them. Ada smiled. She did not take him back as husband. She did not need to. She had built a life that did not beg. She had her shop with her name on it. She had children who never slept hungry. She had peace. Some betrayals are too deep to forgive the same way, but some love is strong enough to build a new way. The man who once threw her out pregnant now knocked before entering her shop. And the woman he called a liar now taught 3 identical boys who wore his exact face how to tell the truth even when it hurts. And that was more than revenge. That was redemption.